two signals this week. One Sunday night on the 5-minute chart, one Wednesday around 5 p.m. Both worked. This wasn't a week where I went hunting setups. The platform handed me two. I'll get to them at the end. Quick reminder on timing for anyone new here. Question: when does the week actually close for big money? Not Friday, not Sunday night either, even though that's when most retail thinks the week ends. For institutions, it's Wednesday night into Thursday. Every scheduled Fed decision sits there, the blackout window before it ends right there, and statistically, the heaviest institutional flow runs Tuesday through Thursday. I trade to that rhythm and call it BIOS time. Wednesday's the climax, Thursday's the reaction, Friday's when you take stock, which is what we're doing right now. On to Wednesday. First thing that jumps out, it's curling over. The weekly's been drifting toward its mean since February, calmly, no rush. After the last close, the move's starting to roll over. Not a fire alarm, just a heads up to pay closer attention. The 5-day closed clean below the zero line. Tried to push higher, got rejected, no mercy. The 3-day ran into the zero line last week, and that line turned into solid resistance, even after a fakeout above it. Slippery spot, need to keep watching. The daily, and after a long stretch above the zero line, we're back at balance. And the market's picking direction right now. What's bothering me here is the weak close on trend dominance. If we break those lows, we're heading into correction for a while. The 12-hour chart confirms it. Closed below the zero line, and trend dominance is noticeably weaker on that time frame too. Locally at least, the picture looks like a correction. The 4 hours, clean move down, the right kind of structure. From May 3rd, buyers were active. Those 10 days, the 3rd through the 12th. Right before Wednesday, sellers stepped in hard. Everything they accumulated in those 10 days now has to get unloaded onto retail. Textbook. Thursday confirmed direction without surprises. A DP on the 4 hours kept adding to the downside. No fakeouts, no upside stop runs, no bait bounces. The structure Wednesday showed just kept going, no break. That's a signal in itself, worth flagging. When the Thursday reaction goes linear, straight down after Wednesday's close, that usually means big money already made up its mind. The market maker doesn't need to shake anyone out. Whoever wanted out is already out, both sides. We move on with what we've got. Where we are now, a DP and trend dominance both confirm what Wednesday and Thursday were showing. Locally at least, I'd expect a correction. Now Bitcoin separately, and here it gets interesting. On the weekly, BTC is approaching its resistance, the zero line. Looks like it's setting up to attack it. Tall order, but if it lands, the momentum behind it is going to be serious. Simple rule: the higher the time frame that breaks zero line resistance, the stronger the move that follows. And Bitcoin's still stronger than the broader market. On the daily, that stronghold in the uptrend I talked about last week is still going. On Wednesday's close, the daily barely tagged the zero line and bounced. Not enthusiastic, but we're holding above the line. Fact. On the 4 hours, the structure's tilting. Buyers still dominate, but the lows got nudged down and the highs didn't follow. Tilted channel. Bitcoin might end up joining the market just on a delay. I'd watch the BTC 4-hour chart closely right now. It either breaks the structure and follows the market down, or keeps pressing up and drags the whole market with it. I'm not giving a setup in the usual format this week. Picture's two-sided. The market's confirming correction with one hand, Bitcoin's holding with the other. Picking an entry manually here is risky. I trade signals. The two from the open, I'll get to them in a minute. What to watch next week? On Bitcoin, the 4-hour chart. That's the structure deciding whether BTC follows the market or doesn't. If the tilt breaks, BTC drops with the market. If it holds, Bitcoin keeps leading. On the broader market, the daily chart. If we lock in below the zero line, that's the correction the structure's pointing at right now. If we get back into the uptrend, the correction was local and we keep climbing, both questions resolve at those two spots. And those two signals I promised, short version of each. First, scalp all market. Fired Sunday night on the 5-minute chart, logic simple. A DP on the 4 hours and 12 hours sits above zero. At the same moment, the 5-minute chart crosses -2% to the upside, meaning the recovery from a strong deviation has started. That's what an extreme looks like, a stretched rubber band snapping back to balance. In a strong trend, that's just normal market maker activity inside the move. On that kind of market, this signal pays the best. Second one's trickier, for the brave. Came out of back tests, fired Wednesday around 5 p.m., playout takes longer and is less obvious. You have to give the signal time and watch the lower time frames. Then on the recovery, you can get pretty clean entries. Both signals trade as a basket across the whole market. The platform's algo picks the assets to fit the situation. I'm not laying out the full configs here. This video would drag on forever. If you want the settings for one or both, drop a comment, I'll send them. Platform I trade on is in the description. Every indicator and signal is available to anyone free. See you next Friday.